Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, hello, and if you're coming back, thank you. So this is just a continuation from my last one. This is just the intro. I'm gonna be better dressed now. Bye! Next we move on to the contract employee. Remember the last one was a dispatch, so you have a contract with a dispatch company. Here this is a contract employee, so you would have the contract with the actual company that you'll be working. So according to that site I linked, it seems like contract is the one closest in terms of conditions to the regular employee. Here are some of the good differences down below. You don't have to move within the company, your position within the company. You don't have to do intercompany transfers, which is very common in Japan. These jobs are more readily available than regular employee jobs. So if you work as a regular company employee, a lot of times you're required to move in a different department in the company. So this is good because the company can have their employee learn about like all the parts of the company. But this is not so good because then you never fully take advantage of each employee's most advanced skills because you constantly have them learning new things. So it's kind of like jack of all trades, master of none, except everybody's a jack of all trades, master of none in your company. Anyway, here are some of the demerits of working as a contract employee. You might only be able to work up to a certain number of years. I'll go into more details in another video. Generally, you don't have a bonus. Generally, you don't have raises. And oh my gosh, okay, so generally you don't have a bonus. This is one of the things that is kind of going to be relevant to my next video that I'm so excited. I can't wait to make it. But yeah, so this kind of information here, and then generally you don't have raises. This is also relevant to that next video. So once I finish that, then I'm going to edit the description box and I'm going to let you know because I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, yes. Going back to seriousness. Contract might not be renewed. And you're not as trusted socially. I'll get into this later in this video. Okay, so all of those, I would say definitely having the not knowing of whether you will be working at that company, whether you will be employed next year is just like, it's not a fun feeling. So not to mention the fact that despite how hard you work, you might not be rewarded for all of your efforts. So this of course depends on the company and your contract conditions, but it's good to know that if you're interested in possibly moving within the company, if possible, if you know that you're going to be a contract employee, just know that that contract is going to be for a year. Within that year, that's not going to be able to change. If at the end of the year, you can like talk with your boss or somebody and be like, hey, if they're interested in getting, for example, a Seishain, and they already have somebody, who has been working at the company and they have experience and they could, that, Seishain Toyo system, if they would be interested in doing something like that, you can discuss that with them. But again, if you don't know what's going on, then you can't do that. So it's best to know your options. In addition, the laws have been changed so that you can apply to become a contract employee with no specific time contract. So I think this is the Muki. Yes, so this is the Mukikoyo Keiyaku. It says here Mukikoyo Haken. Okay, yes. So the Mukikoyo Keiyaku is the Keiyaku or contract without a time, with no specific time contract. But you had to work at the company for 5 years, generally like straight, because I know some people ask for like, what if I was missing for like this or that or blah blah blah, and again the specifics I'm not exactly sure. You would have to check, I guess, with either a lawyer or the person at the company, but generally 5 consecutive years you had to have been working for the company. Also, you have to apply for this by yourself. The company is not going to be like, oh, you've been working with us for 5 years, do you want to continue working with us until you, like, they won't ask that. You have to be like, hey, I've been working here for 5 years, I want to continue working with you guys, and because I've been working here for 5 years, because the law has changed, I'm bringing this up, you guys have to give me that contract. You don't have to be that strict, maybe. That is a right that you have now. I believe the majority, for most foreign employees, this situation, yeah, so I believe that most foreigners might not be aware of this, which is why I'm telling you guys now. There's even a lot of confusion amongst Japanese people with regards to this matter. There's like books and stuff that clarify like what's the difference between this and this, because people really don't know what's going on. I might not even really know what's going on. I'm pretty sure I like 80% don't know what's going on, but I kind of have like a vague idea, So in addition, so you becoming that type of employee does not mean that you will necessarily get the benefits that the regular employees get. This just means that you don't have a time limit on your contract. So, and of course, this is mad shady, because for example, like a company can keep you like up to 4 years, and they're like, yeah, well, we're not going to renew your contract next year. And then you were planning, you were banking on becoming an employee without a, timed contract, and now you don't even have a contract. So those are things that can happen, and those things have happened even before the law was changed. Those things have happened to a lot of people, unfortunately. So it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility, because it is very much in the realm of possibility.
Okay, so last but not least, let's get to the long-awaited regular employee benefits. So yeah, again, I'm just gonna read these. You can potentially work at the company for a long time. You get regular bonuses and raises, and let me tell you right now, from what I heard, those bonuses make it rain. Like, I'm talking about like hurricane. Not gonna mention the number because that's just a little too soon. Rain, okay? It's a lot, okay? You also get money when you retire, you leave the company, and they have really good benefits. And I will get into that in another video. I'm sorry guys, I'm so hyped. I love talking about this. Like, I think it's so interesting. This is not relevant to the video. I'm so excited. Okay, and you also have the most social trust. And again, I'll get into the details right now. Being a company slave, regular employee, gives you a lot of benefits, and the monetary compensation is quite good. Which, again, remember, things are changing up, so you should stay tuned for that video. It's gonna be either here or here. It's gonna be down in the description box. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So, out of all the other contract types on paper, this is definitely the best of all the job contracts. So, with regards to the social trust, because generally this type of job is the people that is the type of job that people can do until they die and until retirement, then you get a lot of social clout. I don't know if that's the exact right word. This job, any other job realistically, does not compare to the level of clout that you have being a regular employee. So getting loans would be a lot easier when you are a regular employee because it gives you like a stool to stand on, because people are like, oh, you're a regular employee? Dang, you know, that company trusts you a lot. And you know, you're like probably gonna be working in that company for a long time. So yeah, here's the loan. So again, it's not that you can't get loans with like other jobs. I don't know, I have not looked into taking out loans. It's probably something that I will look into now that I talked about it. Yeah, like just being a regular employee, it really does give you a large boost. The social benefits are quite great. So depending on the company, you get some really good welfare benefits. And welfare, I don't mean like welfare in the States where it's like, you know, you kind of are in poverty and you need help from the government and they help you out. No, welfare is like the kind of stuff, like in Japan, it's kind of like the stuff that you add on. They do have welfare too. That's a different story. I'll probably maybe do a video on that. I'm sure you guys don't want it. I'll get into that into another video, but now let's get into the not so great parts of being a regular employee. There can be a lot of regulations on time, like how much you should work in terms of overtime. This does not include the social pressure to stay behind in order to look like you're devoting yourself for the company. Apparently, according to the main blog that I found this information on, you can't really say no to moving within the company or having to move to a branch of the company, even if you have to move from Tokyo to Hokkaido. So like if the company is like, so yeah, you're a regular employee and we need you to go to Okinawa like right now. And then you're like, but that's kind of absurd because I know that I'm the best person for this job here. And why are you guys moving me to Okinawa? And they're like, why not? Legit, that's like, I don't know the logic behind job. I don't understand at all. But they do that, and you can't say no if you're a regular employee. So you lose a lot of freedom in that sense. And then yeah, so this sucks because it's not always upward motion. For example, I've heard of people who like speaking English, but because they are the Seishain or the regular employees, and they need employees in another department, then they get moved to a completely different department where they're not speaking English or doing a job that they don't enjoy, but they have to do it. So again, jack of all trades, master of none kind of situation. So you could have a less competent person doing the same job that the person they moved earlier was doing. I don't know if that makes sense, but why? Like, why not? Is the company's logic, so I don't understand. So if you have a family, generally, by family, I don't just mean like, a significant other, you have like kids and stuff, like little chillins, then a little bit more consideration will be given towards you, but really, it's kind of fair game. And then they even have a word for moving by yourself to like, to an area completely by yourself. It's called tanshin funin. So yeah, this happens a lot in Japan. I was reading this article that you can join a workers union, and those are working to improve the conditions for employees. So again, this is not like this is kind of, I guess, I wouldn't say it's super popular in Japan, but it's kind of slowly gaining more motion and traction from the little bit that I see. Okay, so all in all, clearly, as you can see, I think this is an amazingly interesting topic. And something important to note if you're planning to move into Japan. But, so I keep announcing this video, and the reason why I keep announcing this video, now that we're at the end of the video, assuming you didn't skip to this video, so if you're planning to move to Japan in the long term, is because, so everything that I mentioned here, essentially, they gon' turn it just completely, they gon' try and just do away with it. Not really, but I'll get to that in that other video, so stay tuned. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, because I was like, I hadn't recorded this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. So that thing is gonna happen in, find out, watch the video to find out. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh no, I'm running out of battery. So again, if you like this kind of content, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and leave a comment, let me know if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, and you know, if you kind of want to view other content, and gently tap the notification button, and yeah, thank you. Hope you have a great day. Bye. You're such a cutie. I love your booty. You're such a cutie. I love your booty.